Hey, what's up? What's up? I just now got finished watching, I guess you can say, a very, very disturbing video clip of Will Smith slapping Chris Rock for making a joke about his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith. And at first, I wasn't even quite sure what I was looking at. Um, you know, I'm checking out just a recap of the Oscars. And I'm here in Europe, so the time difference is a little bit off. It's already morning here, and I think the Oscars, they were taking place in Los Angeles, so it's like yesterday, like almost 9 plus 6, maybe like they're like 15 hours behind, where I am right now. And so Rock is doing his thing, and then he just kind of mentions that Jada Pinkett Smith perhaps, you know, will be in, I guess, what, G.I. Jane, the second one, the sequel to G.I. Jane. And basically, he's only saying this because she's got short hair, right? So everybody starts saying, everybody's kind of like laughing. And I even think that Will Smith is laughing. And again, it all happened so quickly that I'm like, I'm not even sure what in the world happened next. Suddenly, Will Smith is on stage, walks up to Chris Rock and slaps him. And Chris Rock, he handles it like a champ. He looks and he says, Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me. And then as he continues with his job, because I guess he's hosting the Oscars, so he's got to moderate, he's got to work. All of a sudden, Will Smith starts screaming from his table, keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth. And keep in mind, too, that, he's also being nominated for his role in King Richard. So he's up for an Academy Award for Best Actor. And he wins. And I'm just still watching this whole thing and I'm thinking, Will, you're my hero, my friend. I mean, why did you assault that man? And a lot of the news agencies are reporting that, Jada Pinkett Smith suffers from some kind of illness, and so she can't help it that her hair is low. And I would not have been able to tell. I didn't know what was going on, to be honest with you. And I sound like it, you can tell. But I'm just bothered to see two professional men duke it out in public on a stage on a very, very quote unquote so called important evening for Hollywood. And let's be real, there are so many more important and more critical things happening in the world right now than the Oscars. This really should be like the last thing on people's minds. It's a luxury if you can sit down and watch a film today, all right, without getting sick or whatever. So I asked myself, why am I so moved by what I saw? Why does it upset me that Will Smith hit this man? And I think it was everybody's reaction. It's just the way everything happened. Jada Pinkett Smith was not singled out. You go back, you watch the video, you can quote everything that was said word for word. 1 minute, Chris Rock is making reference to a couple, and the couple uh, they're also like I think an actor and wife team, and they're being compared. And I think Rock says, even if the husband wins, then the wife loses, then he still loses. He can't win anyway. So next thing you know, Jada Pinkett Smith comes into the joke because, as you know, Will Smith is being nominated, and so he says, "Well, this other guy, he better hope that he loses to Will Smith, who is, of course, being nominated." But then he says, "Jada, I love you, then the GI Jane Part Two joke happens. What's the problem with GI Jane? What is wrong with a woman having short hair or shaving her head? Period. Can I be honest with you? My first reaction was that Chris Rock had just revealed that Jada Pinkett Smith would be helping to reboot G.I. Jane, and now it would be an official franchise or something like that. I don't know. But what went through my mind was like, oh, wow, Jada Pinkett Smith is the new G.I. Jane. I'm going to look forward to seeing that film. That sounds great. I can't wait till it comes out. You could have looked at it this way. Will Smith could have sat back and continued to smile and laugh and said, wow, my wife was just now compared to the original G.I. Jane, Demi Moore, who in the mid 90s got into the best shape of her life for that particular role. To play as a Navy SEAL, to train for that, what kind of hell she had to go through, you know. And Will is laughing 1 second, but then when his wife was obviously not amused by the joke, Will takes one look at his wife and suddenly he seems to be triggered. It's almost as if she pushed an invisible attack dog button. And I'm sorry, I love Will Smith. I got respect for him. But, bro, your wife not laughing at a joke is no reason for you to go on stage and disrupt the ceremony and make this whole thing about you trying to somehow defend her honor. And if we keep it real, you're in another reality because that was the response, in my opinion, that you should have shown when Jada revealed on national television that she slept with that young artist, right? And she said she'd been caught up in some kind of entanglement, and everybody, started making jokes about that. And you said, okay. And you look hurt and you look like you were going to cry. I think you might have teared. I'm not sure. And you gave her the fist bump and you said, bad marriage for life, you know, in reference to your Bad Boy franchise film, wildly successful. But I'm sitting here and I have to say, man, have you lost touch with reality, Mr. Smith? And I'm not sitting in a glass house throwing stones because I'm starting to wonder if all of us have lost touch with reality. I think, to be honest with you, and I include myself, in this charge, I think we've taken all of you Hollywood types and we've placed you on pedestals where we see you as, almost perfect and infallible, and nothing can touch you. You're rich, beautiful, you're famous, you have everything. But I do believe that in all of these films, all of these characters that you've had to play, I think someplace, somewhere along your journey, you've lost touch with reality, Brother Smith. I do. Sorry. And I'm not saying this to be a hater. In fact, I'm only actually making this video to take a closer look at me, at myself, because I thought at that very moment, I was grateful to not be in that auditorium, wherever you guys were holding the Oscars, because the the room not only went quiet, but it's almost as if, once you gave your Oscar acceptance speech, you shedded tears and you confided in everyone as if they were your family, saying that, um, you know, the business can be tough on you and you have to take a lot of stuff. You got to eat a lot of crow, you know. Journalists, they come after you. People make jokes about your family, and you said what you admired about, Richard. Um, father to, Venus and Serena Williams. What you admired most about this character you played, playing the father of tennis champions Venus and Serena Williams, was the fact that he fiercely protected his family. Okay, brother, I got you. Thumbs up on that one. But that showed me at that moment that you almost had channeled that character in order to assault Chris Rock. Who were you at that moment, Will? Were you, were you the offended husband whose wife cheated on him and embarrassed him on national television? Were you the Fresh Prince of Bel Air at that moment? Were you Muhammad Ali? Were you King Richard? Where did that come from, Will? That's my only question, bro. Where did that hostility come from? I think it was misdirected. I do not think that that rage was channeled in the right direction. You slapped a professional comedian. You know this guy is a wordsmith. This guy gets paid to tell jokes. And you and Jada have given this man plenty of material. You've given comedians all around the world plenty of material. I'm not saying that you guys should be bullied or harmed in any way. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that you went on record with your private life. There's some artists we know nothing about their private lives. You have celebrities that are fiercely protective of their private lives, and unless they are at work shooting a film, rolling the camera, that's they leave that business at work. If I'm not shooting for a film, if I'm not being paid for this particular uh, um, assignment, or if I don't have a contract to fulfill, then my personal life is my personal life. And you guys kind of broke that rule. You guys decided to put your private business out there. And here's something that also bothers me a lot. Well, I think you definitely not only have anger issues. As a fellow Philadelphian, I grew up, man, listening to your music, admiring your work. Dude, you're not being completely truthful and sincere, because not only do you owe Chris Rock an apology, you should also apologize to your son Jaden. You don't think the world didn't see what you did to him when he was a kid? How, to kind of publicly humiliate him, you would kiss Jaden, you know, right on television when he was just what, 14, 15 years old. And if you guys want to play around with that, I found it very disturbing, because I don't know. I don't know if you were disciplining him. I don't know if you were kind of trying to remind him that you were the big Willie, and you don't have to, he's always going to be the smaller star under your mighty superstar. I don't know what you were actually doing, but you embarrassed your son, and people saw that. He didn't want to be kissed by his father on live TV. And I think you have a problem with where you put your hands at. You don't put your hands on people. You don't do that, Will. You guys got to learn a better way of how to communicate, man. And if you got a problem with something, work that out behind the scenes. Chris Rock, I hate to say it, brother, he should file charges against you. And I'm saying that as a long time fan. I'm very disappointed in you, Will Smith. But to be honest with you, there's a part of me this I'm disappointed in myself for always elevating celebrities. Again, this video is about me. We do everything for ourselves. For us to think that you guys are perfect is insane. We need to start looking in the mirror. We need to start examining our own values, our own ethics. We need to start having confidence in just being a regular everyday person. Being rich and famous isn't everything. These people have problems. These people can lose themselves. They don't call it Holly Weird for no reason. Holly Weird. So if you are the average anonymous person and you have your health and you're safe someplace, count yourself blessed. Because I am really tired of holding these celebrities up on a pedestal and acting like their shit don't stink. Sorry. And I'm calling myself on that one. I'm calling myself out. Anyway, I don't know if anybody will ever see this video. Here I am, just a disgruntled middle aged man babbling away in the dark. But I wanted to get that off my chest. If you if you tuned in or if you clicked the video, thank you very much. Please give me a thumbs up, like and subscribe, and also share your feelings. What do you think about Will Smith's recent antics and him assaulting Chris Rock? Has Will Smith lost touch with reality? What do you think? And shout out to Chris Rock for handling the whole thing so professionally. He was a real champ, a true professional. Thumbs up to you, Chris Rock. Right, you guys take care of yourself. I hope to never see anything like that again in my life. Oh my gosh, I'm out. Peace.